Nyokajafonyo toro sinyo ya hakunga kumtuna malutema dunia betene masama alfa mukarafoti dinne wal mutakuna jaraboti tolle na semboti barin tolle ke bambandi ngakale kumbondi kamfandi o sakotorandi tolle na korenti tolle nganda ke tankandi fitino ya futubu ngakankandi mo meja non kanyo torandi luolun sonko fitino ngasinyo lutorandi yo sorry man domestic violence no boka kumchi benane no bul majek domestic violence tafajarni man majari no more say no to domestic violence no more then boku dole and Friday no more say no to domestic violence
Assalamu alaikum badin jiber lalbe dawran ninka fale don bi fana murundanan tukum fana ka Bankola Kuwo samale nan programme mi yana kanana arjuma kabo talang nani kata fatalan lubar bidung time wo yang monel demanding wo sabu kamana be dati kan some minutes after 6 kata fo some minutes past 7 to mando bato comme ngal dalde kay nyamin don al nal badi mal min kata la jamud Lamin Job and of course na ko host min kata Lamin MC Seti bidung na luntamba mu honorable Ibrahim Siselti UDP la chairman Kombo istundo nyinga jamba wona le kala mudon nay kacha folo soto non janne kacha nyin duta bake bi fanan tukum fanan amurtana jamba namanan ku kala don Lamin nge konto nge bismillah programme se badi ngol konto jibela
barka bake Modou ngana na bi fanan be kacha di ma baso dal comme ya fanyame last discussion was very interesting so kada kacha di melan ko akuma da bake ko wel kacha da je melan ko ita la patito anim fanan banko beta kanyame yaje ko beta kanyame yela ideal saje woto janindi awo sadron comme ka jibera fanan kilo bulan don ka fo ko ibe Bankola ko la jibe kan melan ko kanala jang arjuma comme Modou ya fanyame bi interden dinda do man din kedron ya sabu ko wel tarreta pour ka nanan wala pour kanana live bari amanja ya fanam nyimbe do ko nyin kono le watini wati al kanyin tarde si falso bodo be kacha amrun la mur kan dron pour asena luntan jana studio kono na kacha kono
wala mtonyati Lamin baraka bake honorable nge fanam bismillah programme nyento
alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin ngala tentu bake kanana jambi ngana kacha do fanan soto mbal be kontonna Modou Diop be kontona bagani e kafnyo mimu Lamin be kontona bage ando fana ngamba jibe dal fana kontona be dawdandi bafle mu be ko assalamu alaikum rahmatullah ngal konton butu ngal badi malon honorable Ibrahim Cissé ndel fana mu chairman di Kombo is banko kan kanan dron ka kacha politiko la bi tenting kacha bi jandum bi kay abi badden politiko la banko mume inshallah
baraka bake honorable wala mtonyari koma ya fo nyamen drong anu kacha nyim fana ngalo mo interest na bake as we get deeper into the conversation bawo hake ada ko di ciosan ko ning kesol na reka fo juma isi fon no mo lo juma bar ngalo to lañi edis no at least me wolan la kara you household name already in the country just straight to the topic what has been happening in Kombo is Ibrahim as the chairman of UDP musim fada le petaka Kombo and what are some of the latest developments as far as your portfolio is concerned
alhamdulillah rabbil alamin Kombo is la karola bawo bi be kachabe denning political la in general no film ba kuma kan Kombo is lella Kombo is na nyaton ka yakoto katakol bi je back kaje ko na political mi yalan ko mbole balondi kanji na balondi je kendeke nga buludu nyobulle na executive full mu be ne stakeholders no fanam be Kombo is kono ba ngalon ko political structure la kataraje ni nata Kombo is la executive la ndemu mila chairmanoti with the entire executive members nga executive dol fana sodon mi ko fana mu stakeholders leti wala ward chairmanolti ba ngala ward sabal be Kombo is ward chairmanol aning satil fana kono nga chairmanol sodo jele mi sati chairmanol fana nila executive be bajela ko main executive mi mu Kombo is la fon la nyaton kolti warning these other stakeholders mbe kambul du nyobul le kaje ko nga political tamandije UDP toya ka UDP balondije ben kata kuol kono kaje ko nga programme samanan na molie mi anko programme dol bije nge kel bar dol bije fana wol fanda in the pipeline coming So scientific be program of man from haima kanje bake wala na nationwide to min bakeri intending mama mo kumpa bankoka nationwide to min bije science intending wala mo program muti mian ko scientific ba doku kambake kaje ko ni lunta on natan sejiano kayra kono ni sa den kula mian ko be den fennon ni ya ke nyonna andum fana sa janjam fana kayra la so political tembo min totet na UDP la karola nyi simfa dal le bije min nulta mandika
o kuma ya bakele ko to yim fanya mina to nyin ko nyim fana fulal ba ko ngalo Gambia to fulal kata mam me wadi sudin kono bari janding to nyim binala nan ba falindir dan tankata non amin UDP la amin executive ko sakatuma Kombo is do tundo nyin kono amin bidding wo amin falindirol nin kata amin what are some of the new developments because ngalo ko amuka sonia kana nan ka tar ko en ka kukuto lar mi an ka ko e mole taran no je dol bota je falindir dol kata je because we have to put all things on deck ka ko nyin amin sanitize to bring back sanity and all those things. How was it for you? I mean, I'm Koliambulu. Model minu potaje ifana mu position tiyo leti, especially na chairman of Mintata and in deputy secretary. It will move full multi-million ko bottom kono, and then in deputy moved to Nyona Minketa deputy Abdushoti. It will move to Nyona. But mfana mu executive thing aje ko ntol mimbe nyokan. It will bokan and told Jinja and hand monding. Kabiri told potaje ndunga instant reinstatement olokije. Kaje ko chairman o tatale nga chairman o sinda noto tani natije assistant secretary tatale nga assistant secretary sinda noto tani natije so na deputy Mintata sa kamunta we all have a focus to how to call focus in 2020 article 2027 because 2026 long presidential election day but 2027 fanankana ke deputy carte fayoke so that means is also another focused miyan ko mbena time tala kaje ko nganna political tamande but be kuma be moment wolon folo nganna doku ke kaje ko na presidential carte for mimbinala in 2026 then nganna ground min sodoje we stand firm on that ground. Yes. O kumata baga lam ngalo nyafto mo bina but before you come in I want to pose this particular question. Bawo tundol beni la kolia kollo right? I mean Kombo is what do you think wala la kolia kollo at this point in time and how are you guys willing to address those challenging issues in Kombo is?
Kolia ko to candidate mi fo mtu nyalti kolia ko bikabai. Kolia ko scientific mba mi fola Kombo is la karola political mandia. Political mia kolia wolong depense so depense to be candid wala ka kenna kolia koti bannya manke woti ni nata na jibe molla ka doko mutaife o mu fenete mian ko moli wota mandile but depends wala karola political to wala main concern wala main constraints ti mian ko ba fix kan demanding but nia manke woti kai ma any other difficulties to as it stands now morning bottom kono we don't even felt it that so hard kabiri bottom kono don tangana ko chokola lo kudro then we move on.
Well, that is nice, but at kela kuti fa mi alan ka fa ko be kela tanati madam about even though beka na namul Joe Mansalaya at some point we expect ko ito like a development ko but at by la fan this other political party fan if finance development or dolmin render no la respective communities also wala la words also fan yake fan is more of a bonus or plus for the nation, right? So do you think of such programs within your party as far as your portfolio as the chairman of UDP within Kombo is concerned or in Kombo is?
That's true. Mo karakuol ke kanne nte form mu chairman oti nin mo kendo do be bulbe nyokono be karakuol ke kan miyan ko nga programo do le soto abatara dende musola jiko lella abatara dende wolle ba ngalo ko musol be karakuol ke kan baki la gadino to bar min kana ke kolya ko ti wolon jioti ibiga jiyo soto no so anara na ke kolealti musol la karola dum fanan na da nyin korosi kuke kaji ko woto nimbe de maro kela a koleata nyaaw woto ngi ma ila ji ko wolto isaji ko isa jiyo soto no ine gadinol kono wol musim falleti mian ko assistant na ngo programme dol dum dila because nga proposal dol data woli province o project ko nyin implement no nyami ba tango fanan na kafuta wot fanan na former councilor mimbije minketa honorable baladaboti ate ka project ko do soto LNG project ko la mamme fake fanga wol launching ke kafuta ji kafuta tundo do bi ji ko e batande ata fana e de ma ko ji ko sindi ma so ibayel ko executive mansembo so do nya do mantra in government nya bare ben katu ko do men ninke kan mi an ko ntol nga so to mbulo kono le andun sa dino molla ye nafa so katu ko be kere
that's important. I mean, we can't wait to see those projects to fruition. I mean, do you have anything?
Yes, being urunda ko mo demanding coming ya fole coming model milalan ko itaralla padi tol nungi tan na ka model milalan ko ibata padi do saunda padi do nyil mo model milalan ko ni ajibe dalilo me asabu at the first place or instance me akina the choose be ali oppositional dealer. It means they are well respected in the society. You know, model milalan ko they are influential wala asabu oppositional dealer and ni aje mo ni tara political kono jibe we mo yalon ko position di ala alon ko amare nyin is capable of influencing others we anum political mo to have support pour mo le buleno ni dia no mol ke la moyil so ila nyin tan mo le ferandi bula la patito and election is fast approaching ila miralo to wala ila haymaro to yaji ila ita ajibe ko nyin nyin bo alla patito ate na sindiro natala alla patito ko to banina na molla milalon ko wala jikita nyulla ngalon ko ni bita asikenya nya they must go with some people ila ha maro ya mira nu ila ta ate problemo di la ka fol me wala UDP ni na support la
lamina barka bake ila nyinin karo fon kumara ni ajibe mol minu potan kono to be candidate ye influence dole because I find positional tata niajibe deputy ya manke place ndende to be candidate and mfana niajibe chairman ya fana manke place ndende sa kontu maye chairman yake ka district like Kombo is Komara yana defect yana ta to the opponent we are go to be candidate wo to wo mtonyati wo manke kuti mission yata bare politician la nyolo ningo politician la nyolo mbeka nyolo week dalon ne kaje ko momi mbotan kono atimu jumaleti wokuma yatale because mimbote ko nyanda wol fololonna ibayele ko niata le kalo ne ko inabe tambila no nyoy nyami ya famle so ni ajibe na député mimbotan kono another nata la NPP kan wo former MPP like akoriolong ko mi go mol safu ko he kari kortal akoriolong aita la MPP kan but to be candidate with you abdumang MPP like and recently bengo minke kuloro look at it how he stammered there, how he got panicked at the podium to an extent I language falling katafula kamvo and I can tell you this abdi mandika kangolo moy katambi full even fula kamote but look at and at that gathering I panicked because minaketa the consent number one is not clear, it's not clean, and in consent means that MPP is not a genuine one. So he isn't still comfortable within the midst of MPP. Yeah, family. So iba ko what ground tije most Africa ni grip le soro asembarandi no dami. Atele bone tol kono na make sure ko ate kafu sort of mianko ibe affiliated with the UDP and in his coming okay fine nga muta fati nga make sure ngol be defect ndaba to stand alone. Kabrin yem meeting okay in Kombo is Banku Sabala Dentala Kombo is long hosti Brikama South wole meeting osoto kuloro sate kono je Kombo is but niaje o Brikama South another na diki wole kang kaje ko wuli afasa ya family because abde dinka fo soto bafulo woltone I dinka fo soto le Brikama layout woltone another ta wole kan ke mako that shows you that can tell you that is a clear indication ko what abduman grip soto Kombo is because niya je aba Kombo is ngol to laji abida Brikama layout bafulo to wolto kala dinka fo tana je kana ka support whatever he's losing ground in Kombo is. Yeah, family. And also, if you pair Honorable Abduso and Chairman of Mimboton Kono Bajinga, Lamin Bajinga, near pair, then this can be a strong force. In terms of political view, this will be a strong force. But now, Niajibe break bijele. A break betemale. Because or I reckon Minkata Bajinga found abika finti no Kombo is kono. Because Moli aluna bajinga keta UDP kono nyami. moli alona keta UDP kono nyami. So ibayel ko ni bota UDP kono ita MPP. Who are you expecting to go with? Members of UDP. You are not expecting to go with any other person but the members of UDP. And when UDP dingol abikal fani wonyake no nanit. Political do malafi malola. Political ni malta don then you are losing. And beat lo malole be tol fe nyonna. Itita Kombo is the lato. Most of like Abdul Fela Nata Jane. I allow respect ko an I mean deserve. Abdul ke nu Kombo isle. I can tell you this. I came mabo Kombo isle because of Kombo is dinguli aje. Ate alo na muya na came abuela. Bajinga is as well the same thing. Niba fin telefon kalon ko nyunu bi kala fi kenje. The past meeting in Kuloro. Ibitakan round wala with their musical gadgets. Ibitakan round wala to pass information to how to call to the members. Kafwe ko meeting bekela Kuloro le nyindung kari. Because the Kuloro meeting should have been on Saturday, one not a baile, another now shift to Monday. So it had all round wala meeting kibaru itendi molla. But it for Galunoko, these people they are not even comfortable with what they are doing. How can you be saying that you join the MPP and you still don't have the love or feeling of what you are doing? Woku matter so iba ko ndol fana ngo chance all lesson. And nga make sure that ngi malundi because e min fo kuno mo be la moy. E man nyana kala mo nem foloti. Ye min fo kuno and ibina min fo la bi. It's quite different. Abdullah Taron tol kono at before Mohamed Sabal la mala Mohamed Sabal la fomu main pasinde anane bikala fika minja nyala. Mohamed Sabal is the main person abikala fika minja nyala. Mohamed Sabal ning ala sister la move from UDP to MPP. Abdu call for how to call us as executive akonga benda. Ako why not we do press briefing? Now no press briefing modalities will be that the day of press briefing Abdu dodge. The day of press briefing, the chairman himself was nowhere to be seen. The press briefing not cancelled. So at that juncture, ma accuse Kafuko, mune atin abdi nyinke, woto nyinku karat na nyinke. We didn't accuse or we didn't say anything. Ngande la dronga tu wanyama. Ba ngale na ko femfe mboduma abibe findilale. Political long. Ye daming kanu. Wale ye fang sas daming. Dia ko ebita world. So wala keta kuolte miyalon ko ntolbe na ground tala kende in Kombo iskaje ko we take the grip.
Okay, so han kabi ye kumal folmela ko asiata ila analysis comme ya itandi ko bajinkaning Abdu ila combination woni yafo ko it could be a strong one, a strong force. So inata yafo fanan ko Abdu kera modi melon ko alata NPP han kabi fenno melon ko ikamandra comfortable linje. E factor leje alla jema fana Kombo is bang wala yemun neje muna kenandi ya foko Abdu ninteme la mandra comfortable wala ta NPP amanke fenti mealon ko abasa wolto
mba fole ko humto nyalde nga fenne je mealon ko ngofo mu politician o dan nga korosle ko Abdullah ta MPP amanka sawoti niya dia munya jibe eta tata join political party le kan. Don't term yourself as an independent person anymore. As long as ye membership letter in any political party, you can never be an independent person again. Is that possible? It's not possible. Because you are a member of a political party. So near Koko Kafra MPP Male. How can you be telling at the platform, MPP platform, their main rally, Ikoko, you are there as an independent person? It doesn't make any logic. It doesn't make any sense. Mune are naked independent person. You understand? And what independent person they come in for? It punish you. I punish nyadile because when I put him motor, a lot ago, mkana president on nyat banko nyaton kolo kondong. Being a president banko can beat lo. Adam barol masaya. But abdi ya jamela kondong. Ala platform
I think that was the slip of the tongue.
So it's like it's what you have at heart. It's what you have in your heart. You understand? What take only the slip of tongue. Because These were his sayings. Even Janda Butale MPP. Abdul never liked MPP. Ntole nanga na kuwa beke nyokan. Abdul coming for MPP, but nita tule homo. No, this is not the person at the MPP. He still don't have the taste for MPP. He was there for his personal motive, maybe.
So yeah, I mean, what is the cost? Because in Kajile people they will even for a particular group. At the end of the day, you are dining with them. Yeah, it is not. It is common in the Gambia here. Yes. Yeah. For MoMA at a particular group. At the end of the day, you are seen with them doing everything together. This trend is going on. Yeah, I mean, as a politician, even when I follow you,
me follow quarter. Wala nyinte politician ol mfong le fana nyanta mfang kulu la daji ko la mialanko ababanko dingwan nafala. Because niketa politician oti aketa nya mo fula be ko male. Mialanko, they have that high regards for you. So iba yala ko niketa dafula tiot wala kufula tiot akakole yale. Anumbe pare fana supporter soul alke feeling de la adeno alka supporter soul le kungo fadi nyola. Ya family. Wale an bitilo la na political be batandika anu niajibe is definitely very unfortunate. Funding la bakeka. Ajibe jamaa be bije miyan ko be kata kuma fulati yolet nya be haima sidla kemo kono tankono to be mu funding kellet which is definitely not encouraging.
Most definitely.
It's rather unfortunate. Funding kel mini yalanko wala nyanta lola, they play a very important role in politics. Kajeko all their supporters and supporters of other parties ekane kungol sakin ni nyonna. Because it's obvious that Gambia Jang is obvious that party dot. One of my family member will be in another party. You understand? And when I say one of my family member, it doesn't mean only my immediate family members. But let's view it in a broader context. Your friend, your wife's brother, your wife's parents, or things like that. Let's take it. Let's make sure that we are viewed in a broader way. Ibayelel ko mbalona ko to tonya na actional akana militant sol affectle ya family funding kel jama bije like minule nyin ko ketending coming to Mohamed Sabali, coming to him Abdu himself and a lot more ibem funding kel de manke okay balde so ibayelel ko ni itolbe funding ke yala jama jiko soteto jama kano soteto wote fana nyante hakilo to ke barol ton
o fana mi jaba ma fana change is the only constant thing in life. I mean ni frata to a point yaje ko let's say mbenu janne kunum but bi ni yaje mfalinta to mando bar maybe nin jiko min duntaje imanto jiko nyin ma fa kan to me imamere ko fana nyanto long to actually defect or to switch
ita tarla patito mi yalan ko inin jika kendo bije party iba party o mento ite tala ifani la jika kendo dila ni ebe patito kanunte ya miyesi patito alum folola anun kana fa alulla bangola na katun akanunte ya kilingo nyin continenta you will always gain more love even.
Yeah, but I can see dol tumando about iboka party instead probably maybe you can find maybe like personal interest dol kana purposely for the party in the police in the programs so like dol inspire na nanje but dol kana as a result of party in some k they make best use of that moment ni lafta ni so the ni would for my ko is high time that political parties only more access back million ka for kana ka fima ko ibina kana just ka join party ni kana ko multi million ka ko bibi na la ma sama body because nimmi na let's say lamine na ka photo UDP ma you embrace him and then you do everything for him at the end of the day and Allah kulodol bitala and then he will talk to join other party so you kind of consistency ning abeka taraje dal ngamero ko political party fana nyanta ye fon access to that level the mo be kafletelma ya lon ko munite mari fon wala hamoti pour ka joinetelma itenta ko imambe nyanta ka kursul ko fana nyim fana na bagal
ha kursul sa keno no wo fanala bare political party eka sula number la bakele.
Exactly.
Yeah, family. So ni aje coming ko they are gaining that number they want. Fue fane tani hakilo la kaje ko woto one number me means so that we should not to drive them away. You understand me? But say it mean nada ka for political party ma reasons also no nyinde ko okay nyin political party ila policy nte ngola like walande la fetara mbulol la ya family elo policy nyin wala adne ka futa party nyimma what you have or you also as a member of that political party if on a duty long to be implementing those policies. You might not be able to implement all those policies, but the few that you can do, because what at agenda, the few that you can do that. You understand? And also you can switch your allegiance anytime, also based on your policies. Nga feel like UDP la policy wala ngole like, but now nga feel like NPP la policy ngole like. But look at it, most of these people switching their attention from one party to another party is not even policies.
It's based on what?
It's based on their personal interest. That's what they are even lamenting on. That's what they are even, talking about more. It's a policy, diamuno. You have to policy highlight, policy go see fall. But look at it, most of them are not talking about policies. So it doesn't make sense to say, okay, carry all for agenda na party based on my policy or based on the policy. But UDP in Tarajana based on the policy. Anytime.
That's right. I think both parties need to be very considerate, especially politicians. Me alan kafako ibe defect. It's very okay. It's very normal for one to defect from one party to another. But also, if you are defecting, defect with clear conscience. I think that's very important. Do you have anything to ask, or else we can?
Yes. Continue.
Exactly. Kakual koronton di dorong. Ngaja recently alwil tal kalbitala tola bari president benun tola tumo minna when you wrote to the IGP kali sabari follow because they don't have the capacity for come mold diala praleta tola security. So I just want to ask for our previous told has the IGP or the Gambia police force ever give you a security pralnieta and all those things?
How to call IGP or the Gambia police force in general nenamang security protection the UDP la.
Exactly. So this time around when you apply for a toning start, you see because of something like they have to also give you some certain amount of security, don't have the capacity. Jamaling question or not they are trying to sabotage UDP's tour, or they are trying to just support Barrow solely. But this is something is unjustified because they have never done it before. But before is not bad also this time around. Even though after the party leader accepted, the party in general accepted them in their plea. After that, turning Kumas. What do you think as a politician, of course, as a very, respected figure in UDP, when that information came from the Gambia Police Force? How was your reaction to it?
Na reaction of minti ko, bao party and party militant will be atal in good faith ko, banko bunda mimu police kunati wala ko mole ko, anga to nyin ko tuje follow for. Ni president boda tola ba nyinka dalilo bije ko security tembulu nse personnel tembulu nse mindino alla ba security most of them ya be the nationwide to nyin ko nyin do president so bare yena jibe ko kuriya ba ko fanan konole
kuriya
mimbi ko jawya
okay
ba ni ajibe police ole kan minfo ela letter okono ko wodalilo ya tinna imam bula kata tola even 28 because na 28 la proposed on 28 of November or 28 manna na mbula ngata wulungala yana application on yeng decline based on the security reasons say mamanta nyeng on the 7th of December we still don't have security.
Like seriously? Eman
security di molla so ibayal ko woto police kunda ya kurial tamani woto.
Then, bringing security there, what was your response to them? Because at least in the later one, the main thing was the issue of security and all those things. Since you were claiming that they haven't given you any security, UDP reaction toward them, how was it?
Na reaction towards these actions, we have to take it in good faith and move on.
So you
because ning kombe diamula, mfana batandila diamul, but they will never do it. So kakunke mfana, ngatatola. ba ngalo na ko aketa nyaw na personal security bijela which we are relying on even day one. So we still move on with that security. Ngana tolke kata kanana. But mimbije mansakunda ba follow police kunda ko alkana grant because ngalo ko Adama Barrow aka distract anytime UDP is on move. Look at it. At a meeting on Labang Bay na base minka wolong UDP teng Talibi teng Usain teng UDP teng Talibi teng Usain teng. So Ibayako he's completely out of context in the entire end point of the tour. He's not talking about his policies. He's not talking about institutions that are responsible to steer the affairs of Gambians. He's not talking about any of these things, and he's not talking about anything meaningful to Gambians. You are meeting people to tell them or to know what their needs are. So that you as the president, you as the head of the government and cabinet members with your technocrats to sit over issues and discuss them. To say, look, this so area, this is their problem. What can we do with your technocrats, with your advisors, I mean the ministers? You look into it critically and you'll come up with solutions. You see, coming up with solution might not be 100%.
Right.
You understand? But a certain percentage will be helpful because no matter what, you have done something.
Least, yeah.
And that thing you have done will never be like coming back to you. You will be thinking about the number of percentage that you have not done. So that will be your move. That will be your focus. And gradually, you'll be able to take care of all the issues, you know, at least 75% of what the members or the citizens demand from you as the government.
That is right. When UDP announced about there is, nationwide tour also, so many, political commentators took to social media that immediately UDP start there, this tour, it's more of a distraction because the president will not focus on his tour or talk about his policies. Rather, it will be about Dabo, UDP. And in turn, UDP would actually, at some point, will definitely also respond to some of his claims on his minister, whatever. You know, so Jamali Ajako, it's more of a, distraction, in fact, than more of a goodwill. It affects the president. It distracts him to talk about the police as implement or Gambian only. Alfana timing you could have been a little bit, cool, or maybe not 100%, that Gambians will hear what they want to hear, or the police and the program that the president will actually speak to them.
Wrong timing.
We don't come in in a wrong way or wrong time or wrong point or whatsoever you might call it. It is at the right time when we came in.
Okay.
You understand? The president is not on the political tour.
Yeah, it's a nationwide tour.
It's a nationwide tour. Meet the people. You understand? And president, no way he should feel distracted when UDP is moving.
That is right. Because
in no way, it is pointless to say president but distract lale. What I'm saying, what the president would have do kola. Amala do kola niatra but distract lale. Opposition on minubite ila murumuru ngala banko call party la nyanto long. Yeta tamantama le nimbango dingulebe. Inila party dingulebe.
That is right.
But I say ni intol bitala. Intol lata. Amon president baran defend. Wala na kabrin intol na to na kacha anu junale. Anyanta mama na junale. Even president ba embark la nationwide tour. Okay. But dalilo mi ati na hold on because nata mwelko president fana ba wuli kolte kata tola. Anu nata wula no nyonna. No. Ya family. Wala nga blaje. Aita for almost aita for futa base. I nanang for kanana jara kan say na ba jikana then we can take off.
Atole sele.
Iba ni ndolbe sele kan atobe jikan nanne. When you come up to the way LRR, there is no point UDP secretariat nyanya in their toe to see it ye bo banjun ye cross kata nyomi ye ta fo ye fuda base foto to wolto ye meeting wol kije ye na murun nam back ta ka damu ta brika mabala siara inaiji jandi ba fo ko fo fuda even like farafenye president nyanda la to banale.
Right.
But the president was trying to take a distract because I can left like always Naba Diamla to have something to say about UDP. President Fong I can left you all. ka fen soto abe min fola UDP ma ni ajibe president wa police le soto ay cool le soto se min diamuno banko dingole atra ma UDP la haji soto. So what I mentioned like UDP nata wati la mianko is at the right time or is at the wrong time. No, we all have our right time. It's just the president is not focused. He's not having policies that he should discuss to Gambians. And Gambians are ready to tell him what they need. And all this, during this nationwide tour, if you follow it thoroughly, you will see that Gambians are talking about issues affecting them. No place or no meeting, a single meeting I mean, the president holds during this nationwide tour, a member or a citizen use the platform to say, Mr. President, let's talk about politics. They will say, Mr. President, is either our farms have not turned out well for them, their crops have failed, or they need water, or they need road construction. These are issues that they will be discussing. That they have to call the bag of rice, the feeding issues, I mean. These are the things that they will put to the president. But now, in the president, in his response, he will not talk about that. He will be talking about issues entirely political, and then attacking UDP. That's all.
But we've also seen him giving some funds to certain, group of, people to actually empower them in their respective projects. I think you must stumble on those things. Even though it's entirely budgeted, for that particular tour. So even though he would take credit for it, but I think it's entire, Gambian people own that.
He should do that. That's part of his responsibility. He should do that. Giving how to call or empowering a group of people or a community. It's part of his mandate. He should do it. Definitely. So and then that's why the Constitution guaranteed the president or giving the president that mandate to go and meet the people, so that he can be able to help them. That is the whole idea in this tour.
You have done a few. Congrats to that for that one. Even though more is needed.
Yes.
Do you have anything to ask?
Let's go.
Okay. Now that your party is also on a very serious tour. Our guys are with them. Jadama and Yaya M. Sedi. Shout out to you all. They are doing amazing work with your team out there. They are part of the press that actually join you guys there, And then we've been seeing, lately what has been happening there, the developments and all those things, the policies. One may say this boy is so obsessed with Yankuba Dabo, but no, it's just that what he actually preached about. That's what I actually like, but not obsessed with him at all, He was talking about serious things, especially things that has to do with the development of the country. How these loans are being taken on our behalf to come and develop our roads, construct them, and when one man will actually take pride or take so much ownership of those, knowing we've been indebted to actually get those developments, which he clarified to the people of Badibu. Can you take us through some of the heads of the tour?
It's important we talk about the tour, because the tour, it is definitely meant to meet the people, being it a UDP militant or other party members. The tour is generally there for everybody, for every Gambian to interact with UDP. And then it is during this tour, people understand or understood that UDP is definitely the party that we mislabeled. You understand? We are given all sorts of names. And then if during the time of even Yaya Jammeh, he was saying that these people are the people who always create or create chaos or bring riots. They are the people who don't want the progress of the country. But in the actual sense, that is their political strategy, which Gambian people don't understand. They are trying to employ a divisive politics at the best advance of their to themselves.
Just to score political points.
Just to score political points and to make sure that they confuse people about UDP.
Okay.
You understand? When we go to Basse, you can see from them to say Gambians, especially we the upper area, we regretted and then to label UDP as a Mandinka party. As a Mandinka party, or to label UDP as a party that always don't want peace in the country. You understand? They knew it was like they were faking them. They were talking to them in that sense before they could before they can realize this is the actual truth. what the opponent want, they already secured that. And that's what happened in the 2021 presidential election. You understand? They label negative against UDP, but now people realize that it is not true. They were during their campaign tour or campaign trail, they'll be telling people, oh, UDP mansakunda koni ganyeta iba fulo ninjola la nyoka ni yesendi. But they will never tell them fulo yaba muntole. For fulo yala sort of mialanko atambide Gambia janti. And this is why this was their political slogan. Jola le yaso muntole.
Yes, they're home.
Janna yati. But ibe ke hakson mo wisi wasa ka kudu ndito mira jawdu ndito pour safu ko wala muto nyati. But min fana mukomoti. Banko dingol fana nyanti fanyi nin kalale. Lawyer Usain Dabo min munna nyato ngote. At the 2021 presidential election, he was the flag bearer, isn't it? If he much victorious, he will be the president, isn't it? So, but if I became fanyi nin kanyi na ko, what a sign. Muntumala lawyer Dabo uluta Bankoka. Lungu minna lawyer Dabo ulula Bankoka for where atara full olbo muntole. They can ask themselves for tonya full of the lawyer Dabo fonsa abanyim Bankoka mba. Kadu full of dobi uluta lawyer nyala nyim Bankoka ne. So what a full ya mundole. Just kamol confuse London, kamol nyamunde nyonna. And it's a political party jela Gambia. From the ruling party NPP, UDP, NRP, all the political parties, name them. You cannot say Nyim political party is only for Fulas, or is only for Jolas, or is only for Surwa, Wolofs, or is only for Mandingas. No political party, absolutely no political party. Momo ya for Dorong, Amari Mafani ya Lamanto Nyafu. Who political party TJ? NPP need that just full ninjola ni Surwa, but doing the Nyokon, Bangudingo. UDP ni na jeso jola ni fulo ni maniko ni surwal betaraje kasinkol manjako li beba nyokona banku dingol long. This is every other party it had down that bajila ko the same thing. So you cannot, one party cannot stand to say, okay, I'm the ruling party, I have all advantage at my disposal, then I'll use this advantage to say UDP is a riot party. And then so that people will believe me because I'm the president. When they believe me, I will capitalize and then take all what chances I have and move on. Before they will realize I have already secured my victory.
But boy, this nationwide, I think, is an opportunity for you to actually set light on certain things.
And exactly, that's what we did.
But I think that would be a solo of, put that thing that way. You go to the United Democratic Party, you find most of their, in fact, executive members are either Wolof or tribes, excuse me. But then I'm very sure that Gambians has actually learned to the next level, that they wouldn't be deceived by chip. Propaganda or whatever. This goes out to every political party out there. I think Gambians are really aware of what's going on, and they would actually make best use of their whatever come 2026 presidential election. Now you can briefly tell some of the, like, you wanna come in? Okay.
Yeah. So lafte nyini kala na wano han kabi ke wundu ko wadoni. Ya follow ko coming in political or divisive means or menalon ko wala use 2021 presidential election. Komi melka political analyze jamaya ko it was a major factor in na 2021 presidential election. And again ngajele it started funditale and hopefully madwa, but maybe the election of Sudan and campaign start, we might see the same things of that nature might come again. Yeah, mira UDP as a party nyanta strategy le put in place la starting from now come here ita nyamala come here for full they are saying fullest and from here ikanyin karo ke ko wo full le nying wol bodamuntole come things like that ni atari UDP atal yalon ko wala la nying factor outlook ko these are some of the things melan ko it led to your downfall during the past election. What are the strategies are being put in place so that to make sure that people are aware of these things? Come yalon ko politicians are coming and they are coming with everything. Come they can use against each other just to buy votes. They will say it. Atal albumu strategy they put in place to make sure that these things are stopped.
Strategy landele. Na strategy as it stands now mbika diamu bake. Mi adna mbika diamu bake because ni ajibe kabra for the 2021 presidential election na nina the deputy karte fayola. Ajibe batulo contender nyami. Batulo contender and I had to call every media house can definitely see that. Ni nada na council carte for like councillors and then the mayors, the chairman, ibajala fanan dia fanan raise nim fanan cool falenta nyami. And when we look into the popular vote for how to call parliamentary UDP, we how to call nationwide popular vote. Ni nada councillor ya fanan ni mayor yala UDP still take the lead in terms of how to call popular vote. You understand me? So ibajala ko vote na kata cool nga minu kije. Mbika disclose back. But katakuwa fana mbijela kaje ko, that's why nyinto fana mamanda. Anunto ko na hand mold UDP from bika diamu back. But mold minuli yalan ko ye will deceive one nyama. Well found they have the opportunity to talk to how to call to use the UDP platform to talk to people. Ko ye nene la kununna ko. Eko UDP mutene ya divisive party tamandile bare sign tol na rajel ko yara fa nyinu kan nene la nyinten ku sotorente e kan nene la pour itole gagner rek ni tol gagner da buté la haji tenkan yete la hajola. And to be candid mo jama bije bo sute kanne look Gambia mu mbelet Gambia mu sio belet and then unless and until nganying embrace so much we will people that we have no political or no politician should any way divide Gambians because ninga sangol soto any way divide Gambians because ninga sangol soto ndamol lebetaraji ninga kuliyel soto ndamol lebetaraji any activity nga soto in our community nga politiko nga kacha politikola nga politiko tamande ale mansami harje weitambi mbenga
embarked on this tour, and right now, what are some of the developments that are sufficient in the tour at the moment?
Tour development on mimbe findi kanto kono nsa follow wala obe okumata o kontano warta baki ba ngajelo ko molbe bokan nan party kote ngolto kananan kalafa ba ngajelo ko molbe bokan nan party kote ngolto kananan kalafa yuni wonteng fitana party long e malafi no mola nyato tala o sival if on nada na realize that was not true because nena make mola so o mo sival na to wole ko kurasi yaji ko wolum to nyaati e be la party tu kanje kanaka kafu UDP ma ka UDP so sembola then ni nada na finance fana na karola UDP to nya mango ko disoro bara sembo mimbe mbur wolom fangoti sembo mimbe UDP wolom fangolti UDP dingol ntolle bulobe UDP koto kaje ko wati o wati in sulata koku kala UDP sulata femfen kala as a party militantol be bulodu na kotole we have very how to call strong persons within our midst miyanko it can support le bake ni na militant of na kuoto if what a man for it can sacrifice like have okay fight ntenga nyina soto I will contribute this towards advancing UDP. So ibala ko wala katina to koliata back. But niya jibe ma feel back because moli amutanyo fele. Dokulo miyan ko mbika tunyo bulo. Maja man sembo soto ye domondi min soto niya afanyo ka woto they should make sure that they double or even triple that. So ibala ko diaspora ka very pivotal role they play Gambia la politiko kono. Especially when you come to our party, UDP diaspora party, that to go diasporas can makwe bakele. Ibeko kutumbulo. Anytime mamanda drone, they are the forefront.
Yeah. That's one about them.
So left on your question in Kala because fenno me alonko near model in Kala ikafolo it is not the role of the opposition committee to create employment for
the youth.
Yes, for the youths.
Ku ke kata kuoto oto amuminati mansafana nyanta mayor support law kanne but not be based on to say okay fine give me the trucks so let me preside over their inauguration. Then he's going to take the credit. Mayor Fanam Balanda, for how many months that push and pull was on, he insisted. Thank God, Mayor and his councillors, the entire management of KMC, they were having some amount of money of millions, so that whatsoever amount they charge them for clearing fee or levy, they'll be able to pay because they know they are going to give them a very huge amount of money, or they will request from them so that will be for clearing. So mayor preparation of like another council will be sita. Kabri alango say quarter mayor lale ya blabul. They have given him that big amount of charges to clear the trucks. According to Bandanala mode, your trucks were clear, and then they inaugurated over it. Yeah, send. So by ko UDP we have that. Nko so do ka ngani ko nga fen sama na banko dingoli. Mi anko ntol UDP da mamma nyana muna falnala. Banko dingo bela nyante muna falnala. Bara ni manse wolong abika so.
So you can remember KMC service provider mode. It is mandated to provide service for the people. Now what I mean is, apart from council KMC also, Nanyina Walla, Allah party itself, maybe council Molda Bondije, party itself, Alaying Walla come here, Memfalkani Natam Kolas, Walla Yahamos, Rokaki, but Alkani Natam Kolas.
Fine. Nyadinga KMC Samana as a scenario, because KMC is headed by a UDP candidate.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, if KMC is headed by UDP candidate, but managing the institution that belongs to every Gambian, ni wobe wo ngatanko sodokan. What of Ntol UDP, Mianko? We are political institution. We don't have any government. Easy Lambulu. Look at it, our mayors and others. As a scenario. This was the reason, or this is the only reason me as a scenario. Because Nimtol as a party, they'll say, oh, look at UDP. They will just step on it and then move it out. It will not move. Sign. Jan Nimtol ben no cool bekela. Look at it. Take another example. Sign you don't make a party. You know Banko be called. You know become a be called. You know KMC be called. Why would they not allow it to move? They should just allow it to go on.
Yeah, but the kind of for the council partnering, maybe project code will they execute no, they need the approval from the government, right? But UDP within themselves at some point, it's a project code, like a project code to implement. They don't need any approval from the state. Maybe sometimes when they trying to lobby certain amount of funds, or they want donors from partners, outside, out there. Maybe sometimes they may need some approvals at government level. But ilao it has nothing to do with the central government. What do you think?
If you are to bring any project, a project that is of importance to many Gambians, those in Basse should feel what is happening. That's the project we are talking about as an institution or as a political party. Ni UDP o kata kuol samanang. You can, it's a Loptano Lono, Loptan Balono. It's a black identify within West Coast, within KM, within Banjul, within LRR. It's a black identify, no. We say, okay, fine, we are going to build here major hospital. Mialonko, Ningalo, Banko Dingole Naje, Munafangala. Yalo near Loptano Lo, Loptan Balo, Gambia Dawoda. Banko Nyatonko Nyanda Kalamuta, Masakunda Nyanda Kalamuta. Definitely. So Nimba Sakunda Kalamuta, looking at the magnitude of that project, they will make sure that it doesn't go. So these are the project me and UDP Sake no moya feel ko UDP nyinek. But apart from that, ni nada na ka bohol sing UDP ko muli. Kamol ma ko bohol kilim bohol fla bohol saba jay kilena soro janay sabal soro janay jin soro e ko kele. Okay. But those ones cannot come into surface because they are small projects. The project that's supposed to come into surface have to be a magnitude, a big one, a project of such magnitude for every Gambian to realize something is happening. And if so, government have to give you approval, grant you approval to be able to undergo such project.
You need a collaboration from.
You understand? Because you not plan Lola, whether your design. Proposal for the hospital, the architectural design have to go to physical planning for approval. Yeah. So when it goes to physical planning for approval, the director of physical planning knows this is it. Can give you the approval. The director can give you the approval because it's his role or duty to grant approval to people when they meet the demand. But now government will interfere, will say no, this will not happen. You understand? Because it's a lafula UDP fenke miyanko abe lankena malale. Abe lankena mala anu banko dingo nyanta alo na ko UDP nyinake and it's feeling everywhere. That type of feeling they don't want it.
Are you trying to say they're trying to envy UDP?
That is it. That's the bottom line. That's the conclusion.
Okay. Also during the Lamin, you want to come in?
No, it's okay.
You have a very good vehicle, though.
It's okay.
During the presidential tour, we've seen a closed-door meeting that the president had with some elders in Upper River region. It was a closed-door meeting, but then so unfortunately, the video went viral. I think that was published by the media house, where the president was making a clarion call on the elders. Claiming that, they've never supported him. He has lost in all the polling stations within that constituency and all that. So he was like, something it has to do with political sentiments. I just don't wanna, because topics like that, if they actually continue to suffice, it may bring something different that people may have perceived and all those things. But I think as a president, at least in his capacity, he should have not mentioned that any tribe, because Gambia come here from Nyamenjang, tribes will see but he cannot tell us you vote for whatsoever. You losing there, that has nothing to do with tribe or whatever. Probably may don't like your policy or agenda, you understand? But making those comments at that spot, it sends a very strange message to the outsiders out there. Any political party can also say so or do the same thing. Because Banko Bela Baba the most phone right now. And the other political party so those people are also looking up to the president. If the president should make such remarks, what's your reaction on that end?
Mansake la Banko la Nyatonko la Wokumakango. Ntela Karola, that was calculated. It was calculated and targeted a community, a Manika community, so that if that statement is released or uttered to them, everybody in the whole country will have to feel what is said. So his move was calculated and his move was deliberate. He intended to do it and he did it deliberately. Because when you come to like voting, every citizen have a voting right. Yeah. If you have the age. You understand? If you have the age, you have a right to vote. And no citizen or no political leader should dictate any citizen to say, just give it to me and deny them based on these reasons.
No.
You should come up with your policies, come up with your ideas, come up with what you intend to do for people. Share it with them during your campaign trail. Talk to them. Tell them this is what I can do for you if you vote me in. You understand? People have to vote for you based on how you convince them in terms of your policies, how you're going to manage your policies, how you're going to be dealing with issues. Exactly. How you're going to be dealing with issues that will be affecting citizens. They should be voting for you based on that. They should not vote for you based on any other reason. And you, as a political head, not only the president, but let's generalize it before coming to that. You as a political head or a party leader and a flag bearer for a particular presidential election, anybody who does not, or any community who does not vote for you, or any polling station who does not vote for you, you should not come out to say this particular community or this particular polling station don't vote for me based on this.
That's discriminatory.
That's discriminatory. That's why I'm saying that the president deliberately did that. The move was a calculated one. He intended, and if he didn't intend it, he would have apologized to everybody
for making those
remarks. They are utterly not, grounded. They are completely unacceptable. They are completely unacceptable. So these are the reasons I was telling you at the beginning of our conversation, that these are issues me alanko mansa bafolo okay fine. I have every opportunity then bafolo ko banko dingol jumal lebeteng wala jumal lebeteng purin kamala I can divide them and I can be able to take the lead, or I'll be able to secure whatever victory I want in that moment.
Emamira I often yamming as a masno no dol ma priya na go fana carte fa priya development also because what we see or what we saw was voltara ka fenna nyinabul nyata ka development dole nyinabul, so that's what would actually provoke that conversation or that remark, because that ka demaro dole nyinabul development onye. So for instance I was jabro mindi wala imamera ning community dol fana be yemliala ka fuko, you know, they are not happy with how he is actually ruling the country, but what remark means a wolf must land in if any country just because they want development in their in their respective constituencies or whatever.
This is what what we should always make sure that we fight against it. Every citizen, every Gambian or any community or any region or district, whatever they deserve, must have it. Must have it.
Yeah,
you understand? It's matter of must. The only thing you can delay them maybe is the capacity.
Yeah.
If the capacity is not available at that time, maybe you can say, okay, fine, let's just give it a time. But if the capacity is there, you have no ground to deny them. We should also see an article. Every community can say, okay, fine, we want him because his policy, how he discussed his policy during the campaign, that's what we want as a community or as a region. That's what we want, because we want those type of policies when discussed, and then when we vote the person into the office, we'll be able to implement those type of projects for us.
Okay.
You understand? So you will see that this is how development will come to people. This is how people will be able to have their development. But it should not be saying that, okay, fine, this area didn't vote for my party, or didn't vote for me, so I should deny them the development. When are we going to develop then as a country?
We'll never develop.
All the political parties should have this belief that, or all the head of political parties, once you are a flag bearer for your political party, you should come with this mentality. Anytime I got into office, if I am able to secure the victory and I'm into the office, I should give everybody equal right. The only thing that they will not be able to have something from me if my government don't have the capacity to deliver it to them on time. That's the only thing you can say. And all of us should be careful how we utter our statements or how we utter our words. Because be tempting for Mandika community long, for Flag community long, no matter what, there's a mixture.
Yeah.
There's a mixture. So when mixture BJ, we should respect that. And we badge ko more BJ mianko other community long. They debunk the statement. They don't want the statement. They dislike the statement and they disassociate themselves with the statement.
Definitely, it didn't go down with most people.
No community will say that, okay, fine, I'm a Mandika community, so I like it, or I'm a Flag community, so I like Barrow's statement. No community will say, I like his statement.
That was solo, I think.
That was bitter.
Yeah, Lamin, do you want to come in? Okay, now, let's continue now. The issue of flag bearing, flag bearer issue, it has been, it's something that, political parties or leaders don't even want people to discuss about them. You've seen the president summoning people for talking about there is this thing that the Mohamed Jau probably might be the flag bearer of FDP.
That's the flag bearer.
Ahead of 2026. And people don't want to talk about it. And then the issue of also people opting, Talib can actually take the baton from Dabo, or even Rohim Malik, or even the Yankubas, the landings. But these statements or comments, for the most of the time, it didn't go down with most of your party militants. What do you think is the problem?
Party militants, this statement goes down with them. The article goes down well with them.
Not really.
It goes down well with them. I know what I'm telling you.
Because I've seen the reaction of some of your political, some of your party militants when Sekou Jeng had that interview with Rohim Malik and all those things. It made social media a little bit. All those days. So your militants don't actually want to talk about this issue of flag bearer.
Yeah, we do want to talk about it. We do want to talk about it, and then when we are talking about it, the only flag bearer we have, as she stands now, is lawyer Usainu Dabo, the party leader.
Yes.
And until and unless if he declines, and also every UDP member and every Gambian should know this, we don't have any other flag bearer except lawyer Dabo.
Except
if Ba Usenu declines and say, okay, fine, I want to allow other people to come, no problem. And also, the issue of flag bearer, it is also not known like that. We will say Ba Hussein is our flag bearer.
Yes.
But when it comes to selection, the selection committee can accept applications from other 2 persons or other 3 persons or other people who want to apply. They can apply, and all of their CVs or application will be vetted together. And then, if it is necessary, the selection committee will select who match as victorious.
So
let
me
the lead.
come in there.
Understand?
Yeah.
But until then, Lawyer Usainu Dabo is our flag bearer or is our party leader and the secretary general. That's all.
There is this culture in within UDP, because I've witnessed one of your sort of an election within the student wing, at Tabokota the last time. What happened is, like, if 2 or 3 people vie for the same position, there is this thing they actually, for instance, if I and Lamin wanted to vie for, flag bearership, if I and Lamin agreed, it's okay, Lamin, you can actually take the mantle or whatever, you can lead, I actually back up. Lamin will go in because that's understanding. But instead, UDP being one of the most democratic political party, I think you should allow due process for people to vote their own candidate whom they feel or desire should actually lead them. But then, knowing how strong Usainu Dabo is within UDP, he is, of course, a father figure and, of course, a founding member of the party. Do you think anybody will actually contest against Dabo to vie for that position?
Of course, people can contest. People can. Yes, I think so. Because why I said I think so, Ba Hussein is not stopping anybody to apply. When the time comes, that's what we are talking about.
I think people have utmost respect for him. They don't want to challenge him. But don't you think it's high time? Some people are saying it's high time that Dabo should also give chance to other people, because he had vied for so many elections he could not actually win. So don't you think it's also time he gives a chance to some vibrant young politicians within UDP, because we have a lot of people in the that can actually, take UDP to whatever where their dreamland. Even though I'm not saying Dabo cannot take them there.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like to give chance, he can do that. And then the young ones also will also have to be saying that, okay, fine, he's our father figure. Every UDP member, every militant can say he's our father figure, let's give him the chance. But himself also can say, okay, fine, I'm giving up. But he's not giving up now because we are not yet there. We are not at the right time to say Dabo is giving up.
Are you in fact foreseeing that anytime sooner?
I am not foreseeing that. I will not say I will have to foresee that. We have to give him chance because he has also been there to help us until today. And all the youth or young members that are also coming learn from him. You understand? So we should wait until when the right time comes. We as a party, we will discuss about it.
But 28 years is not 28 days. I think UDP has been in existence for over 28 years. I think this year also will be there. They've been the hotels to actually celebrate their anniversary.
That's not a problem.
Exactly. But then, I think people need new face, according to them. So the thing is high time that all politicians, not only Dabo, but then this goes out to every politician out there. They give also a chance to their young, vibrant, politicians within their party. Or is it that they don't trust the young politicians amid of their inconsistencies today when they say this tomorrow? They say that. What do you think is the actual problem?
All the young politicians in UDP, we trusted them all. Every militant in UDP trusted their young politicians, and it's our young politicians that are making difference in the country. You understand? We until when time comes, the right time comes, we will say, or the party will decide together with the selection committee to say, okay, fine, applications are open for everybody to apply, and those apply, they will have to sit over it, look at it carefully, and then whoever comes as the victorious to be the flag bearer, the person emerge. But anytime, we will not talk about the party the flag bearer issue because we are not yet there. We have to wait until the right time comes.
Yes, because during Congress,
exactly, we have done the Congress.
Exactly. Now, what I want to ask, my question is, I mean, has there been any Congress that, I mean, somebody challenged the party that, look, I also want to vie for the flag bearer thing and all that? What within UDP?
Congress will mean among most of the means I feel like okay fine by na flag bearer bondilale. Yeah, family. And also, it is not our Congress we decide the flag bearer also.
Okay.
You understand? At the Congress we can decide the executive, which include the party leader and the secretary general, which includes that is not our flag bearer. It includes the deputy and all other officers that have to be part of the executive. But until we have, when it is time to say, okay, now it is time to choose our flag bearer, then that is the time selection committee will take the lead. So you understand? But not in our Congress. We will say, okay, fine, today we are going to choose somebody who will be our party leader, who will be our secretary general, and who will be our flag bearer. There is no Congress that will be said there.
But it positional dole ka falling. So, but this positional will be more positional at some point level like a footage to talk about those things. But let's say, I mean, because Congress every 5 years, I think, or 4 years.
Every 4 years.
Every 4 years. I mean, for this particular 4 years, you go, don't go finance but still the structure will be there. I mean, but then how come in that will dama basic mama no, but then the leadership and then other film will become man with for the whole immunity level
No, it's the delegates who decides. And the delegates will for a minute at Congress la party ding along. It become will ne fay.
Yeah, I know.
Delegates will nyanda bol nan dawda to go dawda banko kan along ko mulle be bulale nana.
Okay.
And we mol mi an ko be delegates will bulala kanana, wo delegates will ka ila molle la counter mande. Ni ya feel ko okay fine na party leader na secretary general hankabi manyana bawsen bondlaje, they will still vote for him.
Yeah.
Na model BJ falling time and falling dol BJ will decline the like okay fine, so we want to give chance. You understand? But it doesn't mean ko nyanda for okay fine. Congress long delegates will nyanda for okay fine. Woto anga nyindong bring in wala nga nyindong bondije nga nyindong samana. Delegates will mingo decide la will have to be at the best interest of the party. That comes first. Let's look at the interest of the party and we decide on that.
Okay, but there is no specific. You want to come in line? You can come in then.
So, me wouldn't again. Just see if you come over the like I don't know. Come near at the mall Milan ko wala sura they should submit their CVs, things like that. So, yeah, me in Canada, I mean that should be the right channel for because Nyajibe, he has been a lawyer, well competent. He's very competent. Experience-wise, is also there. So, Nina Nyajibe to ko that should be the way of changing. Come lawyer budget, somebody will come in or they will submit their CVs and the selection committee will check into those things. Nina na lawyer CV give ala experience and so on.
It's on match.
Yes, or it's on match. Ma fuka atresia da wal beti party nyun kono, but nina na experience wise give party in leadership
and influence.
Yes, influence and so on. Do you think that we come to change will be possible?
Kamu change ka fuko ala experience anin wala ala paper wala article qualification and means soto will be ka jibe ko konole. But that will also not say that ko modo fanantije mimmal londo soto wala mimman kaito soto. Ya family. Ni ajen ko maybe c'est application or samana wala la civil samana because if anangi belafila ka korosi fahamu be nyaadire ya family ni atara application o yeleta e ko mo ala apply momo ba apply la file kaito samana ata apply la just like that aba apply la nyinka malko okay fine fele mfana na kaito munyinati mfana nga fahamu sotole pour nyinka mal molelo and also atada manti je means afoko okay fine adaman mo asutetale modo fana asutetale modo fana asutetale bare selection of a kele minti wala nyinti fonga silong ngambatu wato means jaretala ngana selection okay.
So ntaka kami understand For them, I mean, specific, I mean, criteria to generally be suffering because UDP, they don't joke about democracy, especially your party leader. You know, he's very conscious about democracy and all that and rule of law. For them, specific, I mean, criteria, you all points on me, I mean, morning bela CV, I mean, these are some of the things in Yamari and Nakami meet. Walla, it could be any party militant or a from the executive to vie for that position. That's what you wanted to know. Or is it because, I mean, more killer civil someone or application or someone, then Ali assess based on their performance, Bankola final, and then how will influence from Benyali Banko in Kamba Walla. Alkamu yardstick they used to actually, I mean, come to conclusion ko Ning he will be the right person to guide us, I mean, or to take us to where we want to go.
Yeah, any how to call, if you have to accept applications from people, not only political parties, but even other institutions, not only political parties, you will see that, okay, fine, we want somebody to be like this.
Okay.
These are the criteria that will be put in place. Everybody will have that. Whether how to call institutions, political parties, some other areas, you will have your criteria, and those criteria will be how to call. If applications are called for, you will see that those criteria will be spelled out. They will say, okay, fine, this the person must have this. That have to be there. So until when the time comes, we will know what criteria are available to people so that they can apply.
Well, let's wait, and time is the best master. But then I'm not foreseeing anybody, I mean, taking over the throne anytime soon from Dabo. Over, I mean, 28 years is not 28 days. So y'all need to try. But anyway, let's see what happens. I mean, and he isn't a bad candidate either. I'm not trying to say he's bad. He's been there. It's just that he's not been fortunate.
Yeah, it's like it's people who are talking about flag bearer, but within UDP there's no issue of flag bearer issue. We are not talking about it. We are not fighting over flag bearer issue. We are all focused. All our political leaders, all our executive, all our leaders, I can say, all the militants, we are focused on 2026.
Okay, I mean, do you have a...
Yeah, but for now, MPP's flag bearer is not with Mohamed Jah, so we are expecting to. We are expecting. That's what they show. So for now, we know we are going to face Mohamed Jah in 2026 presidential election.
How do you know that?
Because MPP have already said it, that Mohamed Jah is their flag bearer, and nobody can change that. Is their flag bearer. So let the MPP militants know that their 2026 flag bearer is Mohamed Jah. So let them be prepared to give their vote to Jah.
Anyway, Jah is a very good friend to Barrow, and he went to China. He even recommended some business people to have business with Mohamed Jah and all those things. But notwithstanding that, I mean, now, I mean, we are almost into the final moments.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, how do you see the political environment of the country, and do you think, I mean, one single political party can, I mean, remove President Adama Barrow here come 2026 presidential election?
Yes, one single party can unseat President Adama Barrow.
What are your justifications? What are some of the factors you think?
My political party, the trend that we are moving on, if we continue with that trend, and people are now realizing the mistakes that other parties, especially NPP, is using, or tricks they are using against UDP, now Gambians understood this point very well. And they don't want to compromise anymore. They are willing to join forces with UDP to make sure that they vote UDP in 2026 presidential election. So come 2026 presidential election, UDP will emerge victorious.
Really?
Of course.
Well, we can't wait. It's just 1 year, some months, I think.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, then, Lamin, do you have anything to close before we wrap up the show? I mean, exactly. All that actually brought us to the end of this, I mean, Bankola Kuwo program. It was an interesting conversation with, I mean, Honorable Cisse. It's always nice when we have him in the studio. We talk about, I mean, so many serious issues in the country. But, Janning Mbabula Lodrong, Abula Fanaye, I mean, Molu Kontong, at least, I mean, to say his final remarks, Janning be Molu Fula studio.
Abarka Bake Modu and then Lamin and then be Jiberlal Fanam be Tentula Bake yela watul beta ka la mwenna ka programu nyi follow bare min kumata wolong banko la kambengo o kummata bake mbe momo be dada mbe siki kata lati kaje ko ngan political ke ayatara mamudu tora wanyama wala ka nen ka ni okuyande to be candid enni mobi tara no party kire do batara janale ni sulata ala ka foko ke fine momin be jana Montreal party de sulata ta kai na kacha ya sama ne la party to bara manjare ya kelende amanjare ya nen ya nga domando manyofi and also for divisive politics pour nga hakiltu fananto because banko Gambia ngoda mana soto Gambia no minu bijang ndamol la siri odo koku min faransa kenye ndamole ngatangoti woto nyanda hakilo to woto le nga nyodema nga politiko ke nga nyodema nga jamfa ko le mianko ase banko se koma bare comme 2026 ning MPP la mamen janina benta alon ko ni ala kidi tambe gagné la ne
mbali mo me jato kan hayf lalde
hakay ati kay ala ko bentale atinda ay rimbambo MPP le ay distract la bake andu moto change la ne
braga bage amin honorable Ibrahim wolam UDP la chairman do me sitting gali amin Kombo is amin tundo nyinda ala braga ba ko ma fa nyam don politico ma nyannan deval la baraka ke kidon la don ka jam programme wol ni idea la don ne minta fil ko wol sen samano de promise lan ni wala idea leta ni ngaje ko nyina ko dun mantraje nga boje don bara man jaren ka kumal fo nyom yalan ka fu ka ben divide la bla ngan na ko hosanam la lamina fa saro de la he has been missed because of university ko buka sonia dal ngamara studies nim kudol ba bombard kan no so no I mean all of us dal from dal buka eskiro nyama but time to time be last funya dal do mande no ko on join other video this thing lamin
all right ka jibe al be tendu bake ke jay ba fala Ibrahim fana baraka bake ala wato bula kanana ke don ko mol majang dia mo de sia dron wato bantala be den nala janne ko mi nga fanya men dron atumi la kal ben jibe ka tun da ka tan kana si jam ku ka tal ni soto bal tendu bake bal jay la taroji akum mata bake le me kacha amurun na modu kandron se kacha danjang bar nga fala don komi civil na fana inshallah jimana rada me murun na fana ngana kacha kile nyin kale jang ani fana pour ka modu na milalon ko nibe kacha la ko la milalon ko wolle ke kan bango kanjam janni wadram ba fala la bake ala barka bake alnal badi mallam len sise
baraka bake Allah min MCC wala mtonya don ka tentro ne jero murundi amin honorable Ibrahim Sise kan tuma ninga ko mani dron akana la ke dankuna molma amin ngamara nyina banku do gori if you are serving the interest of the people whenever people need you nanang ini mole kacha banko tamandri nyala we are very grateful for actually receiving him here. Anytime we speak to him, he's always here with us, and of course all jibero mi yaran ka ko fanang atule kat nan ka tarajang alla jibero ni nalla support ni nalla motivation ni kat nalla comme every time ka ferol be kinga nan jan nale kacha kula mbedending bankola nyaro talal nal badi malo modla min dep ka duale alama alen so kairo la sima ya ban jari kinani banko nying hamo minta alama ala beke mole aning bankola nyata ko minta ala sem bede mayo kenjang ala baraka bake fo argument inshallah wala baraka bake